Welcome everybody, you're watching We Heart Therapy. This is the series Your Guide to Therapy and Coaching, and I'm your host, Anabelle Bugatti. Today we're going to talk about therapy for clergy members, and we have a special guest with us today. Her name is Michele Benedict, and she's a licensed marriage and family therapist who's licensed both in Nevada and California, and she specializes in offering therapy and counseling for clergy members and pastors. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about, why pastors might need therapy and what stops them from getting it.
Well, pastors need therapy like all of us, but mostly because they pour out. They give help to others and are nurturing people who have demands on them at all times to serve and to give. And therapy gives them an opportunity to do some self-care and some self-reflection. And so it's just really important for pastors and people in frontline ministry to have life balance, and sometimes that gets tipped a bit with caring for others, similar to our profession. Therapists, we also need to take care of ourselves because we're in a helping profession as well.
Yeah. And so what might be a barrier to them getting the help that they need?
I don't think it's encouraged that much. I really don't see a lot of churches encouraging their folks in ministry, whether it's the head pastor, worship pastor, all the way to all the staff, toward self-care. There's a lot of encouragement toward care and love of others and sacrificial giving, and that is all part of the Christian journey and walk. But it's equally as important to seek help. And I also think there's a struggle with anonymity and feeling the sense of privacy. And that's why I have my practice here in Nevada and California in a place that isn't connected to a counseling center, but is separate.
Right. So it sounds like one of the larger barriers is that obviously a pastor isn't going to be able to go to another person in their church to get help, which often is the case with other staff members can go meet another pastor and pray, and they probably don't want to go see another pastor at another church because, again, they don't necessarily have those rules about confidentiality. And so they may feel that, holding them back, well, who can I talk to, that this isn't going to get out to the population or to my congregation. And so having, an outside therapist who specializes in understanding the care and practice of being a pastor or a minister, a clergyman in general, is really important. It's self-care is important for us even as therapists. They say therapists, obviously, because taking on the emotional burdens of others can be very emotionally and spiritually taxing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now does this therapy, does it only for Christians? Can it be for, people in other ministries?
Absolutely. I always tell on an intake, I always explain that I am a faith-based Christian counselor, but of course I'm respectful of anyone who comes to see me, irregardless of their faith. Journey, and that's sort of what we do in our profession. But I do specialize in working with people in ministry. Worked a lot with pastors, their wives, their children, missionaries, and others.
Wow.
And so I really enjoy that group of people and find them. I get it. I get it. I've been a Christian therapist for years, so I know what it is to be out of balance in my life with self-care, and then to seek balance, and how, if I may share, I really feel like Jesus gives us an example of this when he left the crowds of people and he went by himself and spent time with his Father to be renewed and restored. And I feel like that is our example for self-care, time alone with God and time to talk to another person about struggles in life.
Right, and the Bible, after all, did say that it's important to seek wise counsel.
Absolutely.
So that's important.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, this is such important work, and this is an important resource, as we mentioned, because, again, not a lot of the clergy members or missionaries or so on and so forth feel like they have a resource to go to talk about their burdens, and, aside from prayer, it's also important to have that wise counsel to go to help you maintain balance.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So thank you so much for being on our program.
Thank you for having me.
So if folks are in California or Nevada and they'd like to work with you, how can they find you?
Well, the best way, I have a website, lmfbcounseling.com or 818-701-0108 is my direct phone number.
Excellent. And the information for her website will appear in this video, as well as the description in the drop down for this video. Thank you again for being with us today. Thank you again to our viewers. If you're in California or Nevada and you are a clergy, minister, or a missionary and you're interested in seeing Michele, please get in touch with her and she'll be glad to assist you in any way that she can. Thank you again for staying tuned. Make sure that you hit subscribe because more episodes are on the way.